Hi everyone, it's Catherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I'm here to share with you a layout I'm creating for Scrap the Boys for the month of April, and it's this fun tag challenge. I have also used this sketch from Lisa Sikorski, so thank you for this lovely sketch. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull out all the Sunkissed collection by Coco Vanilla Studio. So I'm just sorting through to see what I can make work in terms of background or the pieces or the elements from the sketch. So I have this cute little photo of Seb just down the beach. He was, just playing in the sand, building sandcastles, and he just sort of, made this face, this big smile, and I captured that moment. So I wanted to scrapbook this. And so I am just seeing what I can make work in terms of the different elements on the sketch. So I wanted to mount my photo on this blue, and I felt like that really brought out the blue in the shorts that Seb was wearing at the beach. So I'm going to mount it on this I think it's the A5 paper, stack paper. And yeah, then I sort of start here and I decide on this, multicolored kind of paper. And I was going to use that on the white cardstock there, but then I decided to change it out and I really felt like bringing in the green. There you go. So I cut that down to size as well, and I really find that green works really well. The other pattern paper, that the pink sort of mixed media look doesn't go to waste. I do use it later on just in terms of to matte half of my photo. So I'm using this wood grain here as the strip down the center there, and I really like that. And here you go. I'm going to use that sort of mixed media paper just to, put that extra matte like is in that sketch. And so I don't, I keep this pretty sort of straight actually in terms of, what I usually do. I usually rough up the edges and, kind of create a lot of texture, but I just, this day I just felt like, yeah, just sort of having everything reasonably flat. I do pop my photo up in the end, but I'm going ahead here and cutting apart these cut apart sheets from the A5 paper stack, and then I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers cutter here, and this has a specific kind of tag section. So I am using that just to trim off the edges so that they'll be even on both sides, and I do like to be able to do that. So I'm going to use this. That one says, look at the bright side. And then this other one says, I've got sunshine in my soul. So I'm just going ahead and trimming off the edges there, and I'm creating those tags. So I'll continue to go ahead and create those different tags. So I'm going to end up with 5 tags. So I'm just using a mix of pattern papers. I think this is on the back, this is the blue from the 12 by 12, and it's sort of the rainbow stripe. So I wanted to get some more color happening on the page there. So I'm using that one. I'm just using those others sort of as a guide to cut out the sort of rectangle, and then I'm still using that We Are Memory Keepers trim, like the tag section to create the edges. So I've got a few mixes of colors. I wanted to bring in a little bit more of this pink, and yeah, so it's a really easy way to create the tags. And I mean, you can do it without any of these. There's options to kind of fold it in, or use the one corner to create the other corner so that you get the even mix of tags. But I really like how this is looking. So as I'm laying this out, and then I am going, because I cannot leave tags without a punched hole or without twine. So you will see me add that in over time. This is really good as well on this trimmer. It adds a small sort of hole. It's a bit smaller than a standard hole punch. So I like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick all of this, like I said, flat to the page, not really lining anything up too much. So they're pretty straight sort of edges. I'm just going to trim off the excess there, and I will go ahead and just mount my photo on some of that fun foam there. And so while I'm doing all this, I will let you know I've left links below to the Scrap the Boys blog. So go ahead and check that out. You'll see all the other design team members and what they create, as well as the Facebook page. So that's where you can go ahead and join and play along with Scrap the Boys for the month of April. And so it's just really about using tags. So you could have, the pre-made tags that you could use, or you can create some like I have here. And the style, I guess, is endless. There's so many different ways you can use tags on a page. So please go ahead, join in, create a boy page for us to see and to comment on, and I hope you have fun joining in this challenge. So I've sort of stuck everything down with my ATG there, and I decided it's not quite straight, so I'm going to pull it up a little bit and just create a little bit of space in between those tags. Now, they don't need to be perfect, and they certainly are at the end, but I wanted to make sure that the first and the last one were reasonably even across that strip of wood grain. So I'm just moving everything up, and like you can see, there's a little bit of a gap between some of those tags, but that's okay. I'm quite comfortable that it's homemade, it's handmade, so that will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my photo down on the page here as well, because I feel like, I didn't want things moving around too much. I knew that I was going to start to embellish, but this was the general layout of the um, layout based on that sketch. I'm following it pretty closely, and then I do go ahead and pull out these sort of puffy word titles, and I'm going to use Happy Days because this photo it was just a day at the beach, near our house. It's a simple day, but it was just so much fun, and so Happy Days works really well in that bottom corner. Now, I think I have shifted the title from where it was in the sketch, so that's a slight change, but I needed to make it work in terms of the page I was creating. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull out. Some of these are fussy cut florals. Some are from the floral ephemera for this pack, for this collection. And I'm mainly putting those florals where it's suggested to on that sketch. But I am going to go ahead and add some twine. This is just some gold baker's twine I got from Kmart. So if you're in Australia here, it's super cheap, and it's really nice. So I really liked this sort of gold thread twine. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those through the tags there. Loop those through. I just cut them all the same size and loop them through. So that's working well for me now. I had to put that twine in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some more sort of greenery to these embellishments, or these floral clusters, and I'm trying to work out what colors I can use here. I do end up using sort of the blue, pink, and the orange, and I really love that. Then I pull out the puffy stickers. I'm just going to go ahead and stick these down before. I don't want anything to move. I'm happy with where they're at. I think on this day I really wanted to get creating. So I haven't actually cut anything out of this video, and so I wanted to make sure that I was just sort of sticking things down as I went. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to move, and I was happy with where things were landing. And I think that's what's wonderful about a sketch. It really helps kind of drive, where things should be laid out, and you don't have to think too much about it. So I've stuck those floral pieces down. Now I'm going to sort through some of the ephemera and see what else I can make work here. And I liked these sunglasses puffy sticker. And then I do go ahead and add a rainbow in that top section, and I really like how that looks. And then I'm using some of these sort of wood flare enamels, and one says fun in the sun, and the other one is a starfish, and I thought they worked really well. I liked this sticker here, so I'm going to pull out this one which says summer days, and then I'll end up putting the date on it later on. And I'm going to go ahead and add some sort of tiny words from the sticker sheet. So that one says refresh, and the other one says summer vibes, that I'm just sticking down there now. And I really, like I said, it's really easy to create with with a good starting point in terms of that sketch. So I'm going to add some of those gold sort of glittery puffy hearts to the sort of two ends of the cluster. And now I wanted to use this gold pen. I felt like the white was just a little bit too much for me, and I needed to create some sort of border. So I'm just using a gold pen here just to create a yeah, a border around the page. So that is, I'm not sure what's happening there. Maybe Seb is talking to me, but yeah, I'm just going ahead and creating that sort of gold border, just a messy border. Um, there's nothing too neat about it. I'm adding multiple lines so that it doesn't show up too much. And I'm going to pull out my gold glitter spray by Jen Hatfield. But first of all, I think I go ahead. Oh, I decide to put my date down there. I then pull out my um, yeah, this Nuvo. I think this is the bright gold color. So I'm just going to add a couple of those there, and then add some gold. Um, this is a Jen Hatfield gold glitter spray. And yeah, that will be it for my layout. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get some inspiration, and please go ahead and add your layouts to Scrap the Boys. And I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.